Hello, YouTube! I am Penstar, and this is Oxygen Not Included Strategy and Tactics episode, I think 24 something, maybe. So, I did a little fixing and tinkering, and decided to F with these transformers. They are not needed. And what I did was, I plugged these two guys into this circuit. And these two guys, technically three, into this circuit. That's it. That's all we needed. So yeah, they're doing their thing. This power transformer's doing its thing. It's not, no circuits are getting in danger of being cut off, and our oxygen production is back online as expected. Our hydrogen's still doing its thing. Speaking of hydrogen doing its thing, you can see our conga line of hydrogen here. So gas pipe of hydrogen at 26.3 degrees goes through our water, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. By the time it gets done with the water, it's at minus 4.6 degrees C. So some of that heat, it has sucked some of that heat from the water into this hydrogen, where it will get recycled back into here and recooled, possibly even colder. So that's the whole point of this. So we can see that we're getting our gas pipe down here. Yeah, it's getting a little warm by the liquid pump at the moment. And I'm not quite ready to basically start drip feeding our geyser water into it, because that's really hot water. However, I do have an idea for further cooling the geyser water. It's going to involve not only keeping it cold once it's down here, but cooling it on the way down in a lot more aggressive of a manner. And I think this little stairway to heaven here has kind of volunteered itself, so to speak. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start building a ladder. And we'll start it up here. And we are going to get you, I don't want to crack too much into here, although, I mean, there's a couple of crack tiles here. Those might have wheezeworts in them. So, maybe, we'll go up this high, and then, basically fat ladder it down. Because there's going to be a sort of a specific thing I have in mind. Also, this is going to unleash a whole bunch of polluted water, which is why I'm keeping this wall intact, so it does not roll down into here. In fact, I think what I might do is make this a mesh tile, so that any water accumulates underneath, so it doesn't get tempted to roll down here. It'll just accumulate underneath here, and if enough builds up, it'll just plop itself into the pool. Boy, that one little drip of clean water in here. Talk about heavy water. Look at that. Water always has odd behaviors when it's mixing itself with dirty and clean. All right, here we're going to fat ladder it, although I'm not going to get rid of this stuff up here. We're just going to fat ladder it up here. Yeah, might as well get that too. Might as well. So that will be a project. Ooh, and let's grab that cracked bit over there, just in case it's a wheezewort seed. Right then, the other thing I've been noticing is the cloud down here is getting a little feisty, a little aggressive, if you will. And we have a bunch of runners here. They're in oxygen now, but we don't want the cloud to take them over. And unlike the cloud down here, where we want to make sure the cloud maintains its integrity, down here we have no desire to have carbon dioxide. So I think what I'm going to do is get another scrubber down here. And I'm going to put it right, like, towards the bottom here. Maybe like right here. Right here-ish. Now, and then obviously we're going to need some tiles for this to sit upon. Now, as far as getting the plumbing going here, obviously our source of clean water is going to be right here. The source of dirty water is, well, since these bottom half ones are fairly ill-served, and I'm going to go back on my thing again and just reconnect that. But what I'm going to do here is get the liquid pipe bridge and have the dirty water created by the scrubber piped right into the fertilizers. So that way we can get rid of all of this nonsense. Oh, actually, hang on. Cancel wires. We need to make sure, we need to regulate this with an Atmos switch. Otherwise, this thing's going to be sucking too much. Because these things are more efficient than most people realize. So we're gonna throw an Atmos switch. Oh, let's say down here, and then we'll run an electrical wire like so. That's much better. That makes me more comfortable. And since anything left on a 5 these days doesn't seem to ever get itself done, let's 6ify it. Ooh. Well, poop, I have to let people in on for this one, don't I? Oops. Alright, well, in that case, since I don't want to open up the floodgates, so to speak, we'll hook that up there. That might be tenable. You know what we really need to do? Here's what we really need to do. And this is going to involve me cracking things open, but I think that is the wiser choice here. Is we need to zigzag. That's what we need to do. We need to zigzag. So this stuff down here, these plants are going to eat all of it. So all the running stuff here, the plants will eat it. So liquid pipes go down like that. This area is going to be slashed of liquid pipes. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to deconstruct a building here so that we can build the pipe here without cracking into everything else. We'll rebuild that. We will deconstruct liquid pipes down this way. And then lastly, construct liquid pipes here. And prioritize all this. I did say deconstruct buildings on this one, right? Man, our fridges are almost completely full. We're going to need another line of them down here. Alright, somebody should be able to... No, that's unreachable? I think we need a single tile here. And that should make it reachable. Oh crap, that is letting the... well, that's okay if we let a little bit out. I'm going to make sure this happens quickly, though. We don't want to let too much of the air out. Uh-oh. Somebody? Alright, somebody build that. Somebody build it. Come on. I'm waiting. Zeno, Max. It's because these things are at a 9 too. These. Thank you, Shona. Alright, is that still unreachable? That's still unreachable. No, it's not unreachable anymore. We're going to drop you guys down to a more reasonable number. Somebody build that frickin' pipe so I can get this tile back in line here. Alright, let's take a look at our liquids here. This is confusing it a little bit, but it shouldn't be too bad. We'll see if this area gets built up too much. All right, good. That's sealed off. A little bit of gas leaked out, but not terribly much. All right, how are we doing up here? There is luckily still a cloud of oxygen up here. Toasty surroundings, toasty surroundings. Yeah, guys, go and harvest that, please. Because, yeah, we're unleashing all kinds of horribleness. And by horribleness, I mean heat. So we're going to need to relocate our sleet wheat farm. In fact, what's the temperature over here? This might be a really good place for our new sleet wheat farm. Because it's still pretty much intact. Yeah, why don't we go for that? Let's see here. Yeah, no cracks to really dig down for. And then we can do... I know what we can do. We can do like a little down like that. Down like that, down like that. Down like that. And then what we'll do is we'll, actually here, we'll cancel this one. And we'll build a big ladder. Make sure to, that. These need 2 tiles, right? You know what? Here's what we're going to do. Just to be sure I'm not being silly here. We will just do this top part and see if we have the clearance for it. And what the hey, we'll get a mechanized airlock. Or maybe we don't want a mechanized airlock, because this area is we want the air saturation. Alright, see the gas cloud's becoming a bit less aggressive here. Thanks to our clearing out of this carbon dioxide and the pressure down here. Oh, I never... Above 500. Boy, you're not working overtime. Probably should have put the Atmos switch 1 tile higher so it doesn't... Yeah, it doesn't conform to being in the liquid here. Bugger. Alright, let's fix that. Let's put you up here. Deconstruct. Deconstruct. No, just the building. And then we'll tell them to route the power Actually, yeah, deconstruct the building and the wire. Just deconstruct all. And then once I do that, I'll route the wire. It was getting stressy. Ellie, I thought I got you a snazzy suit last episode, Ellie. What's the deal? Wrong element. Yeah, that's because a little piece of oxygen snuck in when we probably had this. That's okay. Let's speed things up a bit, shall we? Alright, one thing I want to also monitor is temperatures in here. Alright, it is maintaining itself down here. It's getting hot up here because there's no wheezeworts. And in fact, what I'd like to do is find a couple more wheezeworts and place them up here. But I also think... Are you guys, is this pipe full? Oh, it is full. Why isn't it moving is the real question. Well, either way, it's full, so what we can do is we can start... above here, we can start reusing our hydrogen generator here by retuning our Atmos switches. That way our dupes won't have to keep on running here. Yeah, it's going to take a little wrong element damage, but that's okay. And then I guess let's take a little quick look here. It should be circulating itself. I think what's confusing it is this. So we're going to need to unlock this door quickly and deconstruct that pump. I mean, I guess we could just use this as a greater holding area for hydrogen. Might as well. Although, perhaps an abyssalite tile to seal it up might be the more prudent solution here. Let's make sure those priorities are nice and high. Ah, good. Excellent. So we get this over here. And we make this up above. We'll say, yeah, above 500-ish. Because if this is above 500-ish, then this is definitely above 500-ish. I did say auto, right? You guys saw me switch it to auto, right? Or did I just not click? Yeah, these aren't going to be doing too much if the hydrogen is not circulating. It does no good to us just sitting in the pipes. Alright, good. This thing is pumping away. And that's getting the chlorine level down. And that's letting the air permeate more so that it's not invading. And heck, this might... Man, this looks like the Aurora Borealis down here. There's like 5 different types of gases. Alright, good. Alright, so that chamber is sealed up. Although I'd like the hydrogen pressure to be a little bit higher. But 700, 800 is not bad. But let's take a look at the gas. It's still not circulating. I guess this will have to be another one I'm going to have to tinker through. Let's see what these things have here. Contents not pumping. Generators on this circuit. Alright, let's try this. Well, actually, hang on. Let's see how our Tower of Power is doing here. Or Tower of Cold, anyway. If we... Alright, we may have to do an exhaust and pump deal here. So, if... Actually, no. We're going to need to exhaust it, say, here. And we'll rebuild the pump here. And what we'll do is we'll come down here, exhaust it. And then down here, we'll come down here and pump it more into it. That works. We'll have to open the door again. Oh yeah, let's deconstruct gas pipes. I hate that it turns it off of the gas view. I want to just see this. Yeah, just get rid of those three. Alright, Ellie. Ellie is the standout. Oh yeah, since we don't need this. And that way we can get the air pressure in here higher than 800. Alright, how are we doing down here? You're doing fine. You're doing fine. How are seeds doing? We've got 2 pancetta pepper seeds, lots of sleet wheat, plenty of blossom. Our meal, we are literally chewing through our mealwood seeds, which is fine. You know, this isn't super duper perfect conditions anymore. Although now that we're feeding it polluted water again, it should be, but the temperature's too high. We need to notch it down. We got to get the water down. Alright, so yeah, we got those. Let's up the priority here. And in our travels here, have we uncovered any additional Weezwort seeds? Does not look like it, unfortunately. Oh. Oh yeah, you guys can deconstruct all of these. We're moving the farm. Okay. Sleet wheat grain. Copy settings. Paste. Thank you to the user that pointed out that I could do that. And it looks like, yeah, you just need the 1 and the 2. So we for the one tile here. So we can get away with spacing like this. Because it's not turning red. It's fine that it's polluted over here, because we'll be getting the sleet wheat out of here. Okay, now it looks like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now we got some movement here. What I really should do is scrap this thermoregulator and find another Wheezewort and put it here. Because the water, that way you will get some cooling going. Because the air in here is not too bad now. These things are starting to put out the heat, but that's why they're lovingly embraced by these Wheezeworts. And the pressure in there is getting higher, which is good. You want them over 1,000 grams for optimal efficiency. Now, the real question is, if we look at our gas here, at -7, so not as cold as it was before. -7, -7. I mean, I guess we could get another set of things and just run the gas through here first, like these extra 2 regulators to really tank the temperature. But that's kind of counterintuitive when you have this in here. I mean, I guess we could do a third one. Like, why don't we do 3 is a charm? So we will deconstruct this. We'll deconstruct this thing. This one, yeah, because we can fit all of these on one circuit, no problem. But a 4th one of these plus the pump will not work. That'll overload the circuit. So this goes here. Yeah, we'll deconstruct at a 9. Gas pipes, please. That one. And then, yeah, we'll get an extra power regulator. Speaking of power, you need to get plugged in. Eesh, that thing takes a while to take down. Okay. So we got that one unbuilt. Plumbing. I should know where these are by now. That's better. It's a little mixed up piping, but that's what you got to do when they have the placements like that. Let's get those higher priority so it gets paid attention to, and then I think we're golden. Also, why are you 2 on here? You know what? We don't need these anymore. We don't need these hamster wheels anymore. So be gone with you, hamster wheels. And I think we just built ourselves two bedroom duplexes, meaning we can start getting more guys. It's high time we started getting more duplicates. Alright, let's see what we got here. Digging, learning's useless, medicine's actually useful, athletics, early bird's a good trait to have, mole hand's not bad, grease monkey, meh. Gastrophobe, scaredy cat, that's fine. Actually, this guy's pretty good. Abe. Welcome aboard, Abe. There it goes. All right, third door a-pumping. We can lock this now. Yeah, because each of these cools the gas inside down, I think it's about 20 degrees Celsius. So the more of them you daisy chain to each other, the more you get. Now granted, the more heat that's going to generate, so we're probably going to need some Weezeworts to keep the internal temperature here nice and low. Let's slow things down and take a look at our gas situation, more specifically the temperature. Yeah, minus 21. That's more like it. Now these little pockets of oxygen may, if they get too cold, liquefy and break the pipe, but then we can just fix it. Alright, gas pipe well, it hasn't circulated everything here yet. But yeah, see, the water's starting to cool down just a bit. Yeah, all of this. All of this. See, I'm glad I meshed that one up so it could drip down to here. Speaking of, how's this thing working here? How's our poo gas concentration? Still a little high for my tastes. Yeah, this thing just keeps getting fuller and fuller. Ooh. 21 kilograms of polluted oxygen. See, I can't really, in good faith, pop this. Because, yeah. Oh, yeah. Copy settings. Zoop. Yeah, let's get the furniture in here. Cut. Alright, checking temperatures again. Good. Ooh, these are getting even colder. And we still have this rocket hot thing over here, which I find amusing. Oh, you know what I should have done here? That shouldn't be, what is this? Gas pipe. Granite. Yeah, that should have been abyssalite. Because we don't want this getting hot because of this thing. Let us fix up the plumbing here. Basically, any piping that's inside here should be abyssalite. Because we don't want the gas that we are working so hard to cool down warm up inside this chamber here. Now, the question is, did that do anything? Aha! Well, I'll follow my rule and invite them. And hey, I just realized we're on cycle 99. We're about to hit triple digits. Not too shabby. All right. What are we at? Minus 20. That's not bad. Soon I will build my tower of power here. Tower. Did we get any goodies? Did we get a Weezewort seed? We did not get a Weezewort seed, it looks like. But we are getting some fresh abyssalite out of the deal. That's always welcome. May? May. Oh, for Pete's sake, May. That should let her get down. It's like, no, I want to go further away from civilization. Weed splat. Is that... I think that's just snow. Yeah, it's just snow. Got to say, go digging for Weezewort seeds any day. Or we could just cannibalize them from here. Cannibalize one of them from here. That's a possibility. Alright, checking temperatures once again inside here. Not bad. Inside gas, minus 19, not bad. Checking temperatures of this, cooling further. We're sitting at 18 over here. We're sitting at 16 all the way over here. And the only reason is this is getting a lot of radiant heat from over here. This area is heating up pretty badly. Except for here, because, well, the abyssalite casing. This is why we use so much stuff here. So much abyssalite. Insulation. That's the word I was looking for. Insulation. Okay, let's at least get the groundwork laid on here for our sort of our tower of coal. Ooh. I think our tower of coal needs to go a little bit higher. 2, possibly 3 Weezeworts here, depending on if this one yields it. So if we have the water coming out here, coming down here, snow, polluted ice. We're going to need to get rid of the polluted ice because that's going to melt and mix, and we do not want that. So I think what we're going to do is in order to sort of sanitize the water here, we are going to. Yeah. Do I want abyssalite? No, we need something with some heat, like that can hold on to heat. And actually, instead of a straight ladder here, I have an even better idea. I'm going to start with that, and I'll show you what I intend to do in the next episode. So, if you guys like this episode and you want to see more like it, you want to see if we can get our heat under control, because that is the 4th horseman of the apocalypse here in Oxygen Not Included. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment, good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback's always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar signing out. See ya. And happy 100th cycle!